Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. I think I did a double take in there or whatever it was. But anyway, of course, when we go live to YouTube, which is what we are doing, we're going live to Facebook, and we used to go live to YouTube. But sometimes we have little grits in there, little things happen, but that's something we can't help. So hopefully it's going to swing really good today, and it really will. I've got Jay with me, and Jay actually, how are you, Jay?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm awesome.
You look gorgeous today.
Oh, well, didn't I the other day?
You did. New color, different setting.
Different setting. Yeah, I've got the lights full on me this time. So anyway, you're in the event business.
I am.
Which has to be, I often think the event business in Vegas has to be the greatest thing in the entire world. If this is your business.
It is amazing.
You've got so many conventions here, and I always thought there was just one convention hall, but there isn't now.
No, there are multiple.
Multiple in all the different hotels.
Yes.
They have their own convention hall, and that to me, because years ago they didn't have that.
No.
And all of a sudden, they all sort of started shooting up, and they felt they were missing the dollar. So they said, we have the convention in our hotel, we get the gambling, we get the convention, we get everything.
Exactly.
And then you have all the amenities, which means that a lot of people that come into town don't have to worry about staying at another hotel. They can actually stay in the hotel where the convention is.
Exactly.
How's it going for you?
It's going beautifully. I moved here in 1999, and it's just taken off since I've been here, which is wonderful.
So you've been here, what, 19 years then?
Yeah, exactly. Came in as a performer. It's treated me very well.
Now, wait a minute, you're a performer.
I'm a performer as well.
Oh,
I came in as a singer. I was a principal singer in several shows in town.
Oh, what shows were they?
I was, my first show was called Dance Into the Hits, which was at the Flamingo.
Okay.
And also at the Las Vegas Hilton. And then I was Billy Flynn in one of the national tours of Chicago. I was principal singer for Boylesque for Kenny Kerr.
How wonderful.
When he moved over to the New Frontier.
I didn't know anything, because I don't pre-interview my guests, but actually I happened to know Jay.
Yeah.
We had a little meeting at one time about some business or whatever we were doing, which we never really did anything, did we?
No, we didn't.
Well, not yet. I mean, maybe this will nail it. I don't know. What nails anything in this town? So what are you doing now? Now you're doing the event. Why did you come out of the entertainment business?
I've always been an entertainer, but I have my hands in many different pots, so I'm quite the entrepreneur.
Is that good?
It's a very good thing, because it keeps you busy. Even when business is slow, I always expand.
Do you have all the different things you do connecting with each other?
I do.
Do they? So I'm going to say, if they enhance each other, then that's a good thing, because sometimes people out there in business sometimes think they've got to do all these different things. Well, that means they don't do any of them well. So if yours intertwine with each other, then obviously they're connected, and it's easier for you.
They do.
And I would advise anybody out there to do that, not to do too many different things, because you can't really concentrate, can you?
Not if they're too scattered.
Yes.
Everything's got to find the umbrella.
Yes, you've got to be under the umbrella and everything else. Right. So what is really doing well now with you?
Right now, the interactive murder mysteries, which has been going on since 1985.
I forgot about the murder mystery.
And we have one coming up at Lowry's Prime Rib on Friday.
Okay.
It's called Deception at the Disco. It's all disco music from the 1970s.
Is this where you have actors coming in?
Yes.
But isn't this also where you can pay to come into this thing as a non-actor or not known?
And you can be either just part of a team trying to figure out who did it,
or you could be the killer.
You could be, if the more interactive you are with us, the better, because we'll play with you. There is a full story that is involved, but everything is played out through improv. So, and since I write the stories...
Maybe I should go down there Friday night.
You should.
I should. What part? Find out what part I'm going to get first before I get down there.
We are sold out. We've been at Lowry's for the past 15 years.
Oh, fabulous.
Here. Lowry's Beverly Hills for 11 years. But we do a lot
That's the one I went to.
Right.
Because I used to know the manager there. I forget his name now. But he was the manager of Lowry's, Lowry's as we call it. Yeah. And it was fascinating, these sort of mystery stories and things they do.
Completely interactive from the time you come in. We will mingle with you and bring you into our storyline. And then scenes take place. If it's a musical, there are songs that unfold. Yes. Then the murder takes place, and Inspector takes over, and then every table becomes an investigation.
We were talking a little earlier that I missed my boat when I wanted to be a singer. Do they have to be true singers? Do they have to have a real good voice?
They don't, because
they can pretend they're
absolutely.
good.
You can talk, sing, and get away with it. Yeah. We actually have somebody who won a walk-on in the show.
Oh.
We actually donated a walk-on position for one of the benefits in town.
That's like an extra.
Exactly.
It's
So
like an extra.
she's going to be one of my followers. My character is Vinny Vegas, one of the lounge singers that never quite made it to one of the big rooms in town.
Okay.
So she's one of his followers. So we're going to give her a role as a walk-on, and she's going to come out.
This is getting more exciting as we go along there.
Yeah.
How long do these things actually last? An hour, 2 hours?
It's about 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours, because we have 128 people, and it's a 3-course meal at Lowry's, so it unfolds through the entire event.
So actually, of course, when I remember rightly, that they kind of mingle with all the people and
Correct.
everything else. So the people at the table. Now, do you have to get the okay to have those people on your show? Because is it filmed?
No, we
It's
don't
not
film
filmed.
it.
It's not filmed.
No.
You should start filming. I mean, then you have to get releases from everybody.
Exactly.
And that becomes a headache. And then you've
Right.
got children there. I understand that. So anybody in the restaurant can actually...
No, they have to actually purchase a ticket to come see the murder mystery. So we're in the private rooms.
Oh, you're in the private room
Yeah.
out there. I know,
Yeah.
because it's really lovely.
Exactly.
He's so excited about this. Well, because it's coming up.
Yeah, it's
Organised?
this Friday.
Are you okay? Are you
We're
organised?
we're sold out.
You're
We have a
sold
waiting
out.
list, and we're sold out. We do 2 shows a year at Lowry's.
Okay.
It's usually our Valentine's or St. Patrick's show.
So which one is this?
This is our St. Patrick's show.
This is St. Patrick's.
The day before St.
Yes,
Patrick's.
because it's coming up, isn't it?
Exactly.
This weekend?
And then our Halloween show is always a big
It's always
show.
a big one. So you have 2 a year, 6
We
months
do
apart.
there, but we do the casinos for VIP events in Reno,
Okay.
California, and Vegas.
Okay.
We just expanded into Vancouver, Canada.
That's a question. So somebody is seeing the show, hopefully, and someone's seeing what you do, and they want to book you. How much roughly does it cost?
Well, it
Or does
depends.
vary?
It's based.
I know it varies.
Yeah,
Obviously.
it's based on how many guests are in attendance, whether or not they want a musical or a non-musical show. So the
Okay.
prices do vary. But we do private parties, corporate events,
Private
team
party.
building.
Say private party for 30 people.
You're looking at, depending on if we're going to use 6 or 7 of our actors,
Yes.
or whether we're going to use the guests that are coming to
Okay.
play the characters and send out an inspector, can range anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000.
Okay, so that's just rough, because I think they're a fabulous thing
Yeah.
to have, something different.
Absolutely.
Everybody's looking for something different, especially when you
Yeah.
get a lot of these corporate people coming in town for the
Exactly.
conventions, and they want to entertain their people, their special VIP people, and also get them involved and have some fun. It's not always all business. When you're
And the great
trying
thing
to
is we can write in up to 5 of their guests right into the story, create extra
Yes.
clues for them, which is what we do for the hotels. We put the hosts into the story.
How
So the casino
lovely.
hosts go in. We did a story in Beverly Hills when we first started. It was called The Catered Affair. It was a private party, and the
Okay.
host did not tell their guests that they were coming to a murder mystery. So we were the people behind the bar, and we were serving, and one of the scenes was for the chef and the waitress to get into an argument over a good-looking gentleman that comes up to place his order. So gentleman comes up, they start to argue about him, and he finally just stood there and said, "That's okay, I don't want to drink." And he went over to the host and said, "Where did you find these people?" And then at the appointed time, she comes down the stairs screaming, "Oh my God, he's dead, he's dead." And people are standing there, it's like, "Oh, who's dead? Call 911, call 911. And then I took over as the inspector, and it just all fell into place.
And it all fell into place.
Yeah.
And how did they perceive all this? Were they happy,
At first, they were completely put off,
because
and
you're
then
talking about detectives, people dying,
Right.
and you're talking all the wrong things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then they completely got into it and had a wonderful time. And you never know what you're going to get. We did a corporate event in Ojai, California, for a group that did not tell their guests they were coming to an event as well, and they were engineers. So we thought, okay, this is either going to sink or swim, because engineers, depends on their personality, can be very dry.
Yeah, but they can be very, very dry.
And they gave us their CEO to come up as an extra suspect.
And he could really be dry.
And I'm sitting there as the inspector thinking,
Oh
oh my
my
gosh.
goodness.
So the first question that came to him was, "Are you really a Chippendale dancer?" From his people. So I'm thinking, oh God, help
This
me,
is the
please.
worst thing.
And he didn't drop a beat. He said, "No, they didn't like the way I hung around so long."
So we went right in it.
He went right into it, and then another team asked him if he was really Grace Giardelli, because we were doing a story called Death by Chocolate, and he didn't drop a beat and said, "Only on the weekends."
See, it's how spontaneous people can be when
Exactly.
when they kind of realize that something's going on here, so let me put my best foot forward and do the right thing if I possibly can.
Exactly.
And they do. So that we've got all that going. What else have you got going? So you're an
We do.
entrepreneur?
Yep, we do. I'm also an MC, so I MC
okay.
events. I also sing. I just did a show, a Sondheim celebration for his 88th
So
birthday.
Who?
Sondheim, Stephen Sondheim.
Really?
On Saturday night.
Oh, how congratulations.
On the 24th, we'll be at the Starbright Theater doing it again. It's with Bill Fain and Mist and Get
really?
Productions.
She's quite famous, this guy, and I didn't even know. Because, you know, I know you know out there, but just to remind you all, I never pre-interview my guests. I really, you know, as much as I know Jay quite a bit, I didn't know you were doing all these things.
Yeah.
So you are very, very talented.
Thank you.
It seems like you kind of rule it and you kind of go and get it.
I do.
And that's what happens, and that's what you've got to do in this town.
Absolutely. When I first moved here, I went through the yellow pages looking for production companies.
Okay.
Not knowing that because it's Vegas, production companies can mean many things.
Oh.
So, I mean, it was this thick, and the entertainment section was this thick. And so it got to a point where I would call people and they'd say, honey, what hotel are you staying in? I thought, okay, I know what entertainment this is.
Oh.
I know what production this is. So.
Oh, so
yeah.
it was hanky-panky.
It was a little bit of hanky-panky.
It was Vegas. That's what Vegas is.
Right. So I say, welcome to the United States of Vegas. You have to learn. I had to throw out everything I knew from living in New York and in California and learn the United States of Vegas.
And you know something, there's absolutely 100% nothing wrong with what Vegas does here.
Not
how they
at
do
all.
it, what they do, when they do it, because that's what Vegas is.
And you just want to learn the way.
And if you want to come here and criticize Vegas,
It's a great place.
It's a fabulous place. It's got whatever you want. I mean, any woman here, I'm not talking about an older woman, you can actually go out to any of the casinos or anywhere by yourself and be entertained.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to be sitting at home. It's got a lot of advantages here.
It does.
And the weather.
Oh my gosh, you can't beat the weather.
Can't beat the weather.
I tell people that, you know, it's usually 6 degrees of separation. Vegas, it's 1.
Well, that might also be 1 degree of separation too. I'll put that in there because you never know. You never know in this town. You've got to behave yourself if you want to.
Yeah, that's true.
So what have you got coming up?
Well, Friday we have the Deception at the Disco at Lowry's. Then the following Saturday I'll be doing Stephen Sondheim's 88th birthday for a reprise. Then off to Vancouver to do another murder mystery at the Giggle Dam Theater.
Okay.
And
it's a great name.
Yeah, it is. They're like a Second City group. They're really fun.
A cool name.
So they're going to be doing one of my mysteries, and I'll be going out as the inspector. And some MC work coming up, and again, we just went into Seattle as well. So we have our first show coming up in Seattle. So it's
so
just great.
Jay's just one happy camper. So you got a question for me?
Yes, someone from Ojai wants to say thank you, and also they want to know how to get a hold of you.
Okay, so how do they get
wonderful.
up? So the person know, oh, hi, thank you so much. This
Absolutely.
is Jay. You know
Hello.
the great guy. Anyway, how can they get hold of you?
You can either go to the website at atouchofmystery.com or give us a call at 702-497-7936.
See, there's a man that is not afraid of giving out his number.
That's right.
And it's so funny because people say to me, Ninon, you've got to keep your number private. I said, I got to keep my number private? That's never going to happen. I've got one phone number.
Right.
Do you have one phone number?
I have one phone number.
See, when you have one phone number, not only you don't confuse yourself, you don't confuse anybody else out there.
That's right.
And you don't.
No.
I have one phone number, and that says, Nina, no, you should hide it. I don't hide anything. Put it out there.
Exactly.
So congratulations, Jay.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you for coming
Thank
in.
you for
Isn't he
having me
amazing?
on.
Absolutely wonderful.
Thanks.
The murder mystery is on. We'll be right back.